Good morning, everyone. As per our Indian culture, there are 16 art forms. And now, advertising is regarded as the 17th art form in today's world. And to enhance our knowledge in advertising and branding, we have our next guest, Mr. Ranju Mohan. Friends, now I would like to invite our next guest, Mr. Ranju Mohan, on the stage. We are fortunate to have a highly experienced and successful guest like Mr. Ranju Mohan to address us. I would like to make all of you acquainted with his great achievements in his career. Mr. Ranju is an alumni of IIM Ahmedabad and has over 23 years of experience in the FMCG sector. He is currently working as the director and business head for JK Ansell, a 50-50 joint venture between the Raymond Group and Ansell Limited, a global leader in barrier protection solution with operations in America, Europe, and Asia. Prior to this, he was the Vice President Marketing, Laundry and Home Care Division of Henkel India Limited, and has introduced Pril and Henko as top preferred brands among Indian consumers. Mr. Ranju has been instrumental for entry of Henkel into cosmetics and cleansers category and also established FA in India. His strong consumer focus, executional excellence, and innovative marketing initiatives have driven exponential growth for JK Ansell over the past few years. We are fortunate to have here Mr. Ranju to share his experiences. Friends, please put your hands together to welcome Mr. Ranju.
Good morning and good afternoon. I think when you have Nitin in front of you, who is an expert, he showed you that what you call the asterism, which means trending. When you have the future trend expert in front of you, and then you have to follow him and talk about what's going to happen in advertising. And when you know that you are in today's world and you are trying to talk about future, it's going to be difficult challenge. He has put thoughts about the future and how do marketers today take that and address that, what's going to happen tomorrow, and build into your business model. I think things are changing very, very fast. Unlike what we started our career many years back when traditional advertising, you used to have an idea, you used to brainstorm, give the creative brief to the agency, and they used to come back with one advertising and you put in one medium. TV used to be that medium and it's to work, and brands were built. Today it's no longer true, and he has really talked about transparency is the new normal. So if transparency is the new normal, so you exist today and you may not even exist tomorrow. So that's the situation in which the world is in. Like I think many of you have heard about how United Airlines broke my guitar. Have you heard about that story in the website? There was a person who was traveling in United Airlines. So he took a guitar along with him in his flight. Unfortunately, in transit, his guitar broke. And when he complained to United Airlines, nobody was listening to him. That's a single guy. And you know, millions of passengers travel in an airline. Since he again complained, nobody listened to him. That guy got so angry that he decided to do a song, and he put it on the web. United Airlines broke my guitar. And then it went viral, and you know how things happen when things go viral. It can become very, very big. And United Airlines had to react to it and publicly apologize for that incident. And that's how. So, see, brands are becoming more about trust. It's no longer about what you state. That's the truth. Like he said about the real thing, which is the reality they will face, they will review. So if you're not real and if you're not authentic anymore in your action, you may not exist tomorrow. So it's not about what you build over 100 years, it's what you do every day in your life. And because everybody is watching you, and anybody, a reviewer is an ad, he said, when that ad, if it multiplies with the millions of people, which is easily available, whether it's in laptop or in a mobile, and you see smartphones are the ways of the future, you know that companies and brands are in for big big challenges. And marketers like us or young marketers of the future are in for even bigger challenge, because what you will be learning today is not going to work tomorrow. So that's the thing. So every day you will be learning. So your learning today is today only. So you move every day to a new level, because the way changes are happening, the way things are happening. I hope I am capturing some of that thoughts, because I think it's really a difficult phase. I took some things seriously. I said connect, collaborate, and differentiate. That was what they had asked me to talk about. So what is about converse and understand? I'll just explain that. Companies and consumers. And then differentiation, how that differentiation. And somehow it seems to capture some of the essence which he talked about in his presentation, which preceded me. And I think that's where I think the way marketing and business, branding is no longer a brand, it is business. It stands for business, and this things needs to happen to be understood. So first one, which is connect. You have seen the numbers. I don't have to talk about way people are today interconnected versus what it was previously. Today everybody is all in the moment. If you have a WhatsApp, anyone can know whether you are connected at any point of time. If your parents is also with you in your WhatsApp, he or she will know the daughter is still at 2 o'clock night, still in WhatsApp, doing something else. Of course, they become smarter and then change the status, but then sees again out of the connection. So that's the way it is. So, but that's a reality. So everybody is connected and everybody knows what you are there and everybody looks at it. So we are always in conversation. From conversation which should be talk with one, now it's talk with many. In WhatsApp, you go to a group of friends, you have your own groups. Like one of my colleagues has a Kanpur group. Kanpur group means his cousins who are based in Kanpur, they're in that app. So they're a group, for any message goes to his group of 7 to 8 cousins. So similarly, a group of friends, if you have, you're always there. So you'll start forming your own subgroups, groups, which that's what even Google says, Google Plus, the model which came up. And that's how the things are evolving. So you are always in conversation in whatever medium you are always connected throughout the whole process. And though in this process, you really have to listen more. For marketers, listening is becoming much more important, because revealing is becoming lesser and lesser, and where the merging is. So you, to understand what things happen, your conversation, the way you talk, it has to become much more. So listening becomes a much more important parameter, what your consumers are saying, whether it's in conversation, because data today is available. He says big data, so it's available whether you go to Twitter, whether you go to any other studies. He has shown the word cloud. They're generated from what people's conversation, the word clouds. So, and the word spiders, which I'll have some examples of what people talk about. So you know the relationship between your brand and what you want to relate to. We used to have this word called, famous word called positioning. What is positioning? Can anyone define? Or that word has died? There seems to be silence. Whatever, some identity or whatever is position, the state of your in your mind, so whatever brand position. So if that's what marketers used to do is to try to correlate with that position with your brand. But now with different data points available, the way you clearly know whether your consumer is really linking it to where you want to be. So it's all about likes. It's no longer about anything. Today, the whole market today in India is almost, I think, 55% of the population is below 30 years. And that generation knows what is to be like. So everybody wants to be like, right? That's a normal tendency. And like, you click, like what we said, without thinking, some people click like. But in real terms, individuals, when we do research, we find there's a term which even today youths of today say. The kids of today tells their parents, like me, but don't be like me. That's what it is. You like me, but don't be like me. If you do WhatsApp, why are you doing WhatsApp? WhatsApp is meant for me. Facebook, when it started, kids used to do. But when parents, when 25 plus moms join that group to keep track of what kids are doing, then kids start saying, this is not for me, because my parents are doing, then it's not meant for me. They move ahead. Then came BBM, because BBM is not traceable, because you can't find out what the parents did. In Facebook, everything is updated. If you're showing your friend, your boyfriend, then everybody in your family knows, oh, this girl is there. So that's where then that it becomes a mass, there's no secrecy. But whereas in other today, they know. So these are some of the evolution which has happened very fast in last 3-4 years. So digital market, viral videos, we did something. So I'm just giving you some examples, what's happening in internet audience globally. I think some numbers which are there. You can clearly see 1996, outside US only 34%, but today in last 2012, 87% of the internet audience is outside US. It's become so global phenomena. Then Asia Pacific is almost 41%. It's the largest chunk of net. India's internet audience, you can see how the growth has really happened. These are numbers which you can clearly see, and it's going to grow very fast. It's not going to change, and it's further going to grow with smartphones coming into this country, because that's what is happening. And you know, India is one of the fastest growing country in the smartphone. And it didn't mention the smartphone is overtaking the normal phones. And if that happens, at the price points which Indian companies has brought down the smartphones, it's become accessible to many. So that's the world we are in. So time people spend on this, I'm sure it's readable. No, 86% Indians visit the what you call social networking site. 217 minutes are spent on Facebook on an average by every user. There's 28% increase in Facebook visitors in last 12 months. So 5.9 crores users visited Facebook on PCs. This is the latest data published. So if this is the status, that's the way the world is, from what used to be a TV source, where if you are spending 217 minutes on social networking like Facebook, so where is the time for TV? So everything becomes, that unit becomes, that screen becomes the most important screen. Whether it's a format of smartphones, whether it's in his laptop, or whether it's I don't think anymore people use, I think, tabletop, because it's much more into smartphones and that kind of medium. So you can clearly see what kind of people use, how many viewership is in through which other mediums. I'll just show you an example. Of course, this is meant for adults only, but this is one of the products which we have, which are just about to launch. This is my product category. Unfortunately, early morning time is not a great time to talk about this product with a young audience, but for me, this is my business, so I have to talk about this product, and that product is a new product which we have just launched in this country. And while telling you about JK Ansell, actually, I am in the business of what I call, when someone asks me, what business do you do? First I tell them, I'm in the business of protection. Then he asks me, what is this protection? Then I tell him, I'm in the business of prophylactics. Then he will say, what is this prophylactics? Then I said, yeah, this is going too much. Let me tell you, I sell Kama Sutra in this country. Kama Sutra is my business, and that's the brand which I manage. Then everybody understands in one shot what is Kama Sutra. So I don't have to explain anymore. It's a prophylactic, it's not a condom. So then they understand what it does. It does protect. So we are launching a new product called Skin. We're just introducing a new product, which is a different kind of product which is being just launched in this country in last month. It is not a latex product, it is a non-latex condom. And the material is much softer than the normal material. So when it was used, why should people buy condoms? One is of course the normal way, it is for protection, but we all know that people don't like to use condom because they think it is not an enabler. Whereas we always have been saying, Kama Sutra as a brand has been always been talking that it enhances the experience. And this product, Skin, which is familiar to the word skin because it is so similar that people feel it's like as if you're wearing nothing. So this product launch across the world has been doing very well and has been gaining shares. It's possibly the now the #1 brand in the non-latex condoms. So we had created a viral video which was put, and now it's growing across the world. So I'll just have you seeing that. Forgive me if there are people below 15. They can walk out because that's unfortunate side of my business. But today kids below 10 know about this, so it doesn't matter.
You do like sex, don't you?
You do like sex, don't you? You do like sex, don't you? Do you know what? I love sex. I love sex. I love sex. Je m'aime. Love sex. Adore sex. Love sex. And I don't like condoms. I hate using condoms. I'm really preservative. But I'm not too keen about condoms. You put them on condoms. There's this new thing out, and it's all about skin. Skin, skin, skin. These condoms are made differently. Come significa de maneira diferente. Amazing. I always notice what a guy's wearing. You know what I say? Roll on better sex. Love sex. Hate condoms. Love skin. You do like sex, don't you? What a guy if you like sex. You do like sex, don't you?
So this was a viral video which was uploaded and it went across the world. So I think what it does, when you talk about a subject which is taboo in general language, people look at it and it becomes the point of contact. And anyway, when we all do research, the most of the people in this country, when they want to discuss sex, they don't even go to talk. They of course talk to some of the close friends, but mostly come back to net for information. Like as someone said, before you go to buy, even if when you go to doctor, first you describe your own symptoms and then you tell a doctor this is the medicine you should prescribe. So it's similar. This is, you can't help, this is the medium. So this had a lot of virals across the world. Now I will show you one more viral which went across, I think Nitin just mentioned about it, which is Unilever most watched video communication, which went viral. And I think in 1 month it touched almost 11.5 crores views. It's, I think, one of the most watched communication in the world. So it's nice, softer things.
I'm a forensic artist. Worked for the San Jose Police Department from 1995 to 2011.
I showed up to a place I'd never been, and there was a guy with a drafting board. We couldn't see them, they couldn't see us.
Tell me about your hair.
I didn't know what he was doing, but then I could tell after several questions that he was drawing me.
Tell me about your chin.
It kind of protrudes a little bit, especially when I smile.
Your jaw.
My mom told me I had a big jaw.
What would be your most prominent feature?
I kind of have a fat, rounder face.
The older I've gotten, the more freckles I've gotten.
I would say I have a pretty big forehead.
Once I get a sketch, I say thank you very much, and then they leave. I don't see them.
All I had been told before the sketch was to get friendly with this other woman, Chloe.
Today I'm going to ask you some questions about a person you met earlier, and I'm going to ask you some general questions about their face.
She was thin, so you could see her cheekbones. And her chin, it was a nice, thin chin.
She had nice eyes. They lit up when she spoke.
Cute nose.
She had blue eyes, very nice blue eyes.
So here we are. This is the sketch that you helped me create, and that's a sketch that somebody described of you.
So yeah, that's... looks closed off and fatter. Sadder, too. The second one looks more open, friendly, and happy. I should be more grateful of my natural beauty. It impacts the choices and the friends that we make, the jobs we apply for, how we treat our children. It impacts everything. It couldn't be more critical to your happiness.
Do you think you're more beautiful than you say?
Yeah. We spend a lot of time as women analyzing and trying to fix the things that aren't quite right. And we should spend more time appreciating the things that we do like.
To say, but even for a category where you are talking about real beauty and you are making that insight into such a beautiful campaign, and that works. We did, of course, Twitter. I'll tell you a brief story. We had, I don't know how many of you know, that we had very interesting launch. We basically were known for condoms as a business. 4 years back, we launched, extended into deodorants. And deodorants today, it has around 4% market share. In fact, in modern retail, it has around 8% market share. That's Kama Sutra deodorants. People, I don't know how many of you use it, but it has become one of the big success story in the market. And we are getting more and more consumers with time and with very less advertising. It's not very visible marketed. The brand success is because of the word of mouth of the product delivering what it is supposed to deliver, which is attraction. I clearly remember in my office, we gave sample to one of my colleague, lady colleague. So she applied that deodorant and came to office. 2 male colleagues and 1 female colleague commented on her, asked her, "What are you wearing?" If someone comments on the fragrance that what are you wearing, my job as a marketer, the job is done. Because it has created the impact on other person. And everybody likes to be asked, you know, it's always true. If someone tells you you're beautiful, you are nice, how you're smiling, so your smile is nice, everybody loves it. But not many of us people tell that. And if someone on your product, why do you admire good cars? Because we look at the car first and then we look at the person. This fellow has the ability to buy this Ferrari. So he must be having pots of money, either he's a politician or a businessman, whatever it is. So that's the way it is. We love good things, and if people appreciate, then it reinforces what we say. That's how the Kama Sutra deodorant has grown. So subsequent to that, I started this story because we then were trying to promote our deodorants in Cafe Coffee Day. There when we did, we actually created a coffee called KS Mojo, which is called Kama Sutra Mojo, which is a cold coffee. We did in 130 stores this cold coffee, created a coffee because coffee is supposed to be revitalizing, refreshing, and so we added chocolate. And you know what chocolate is good for? It's an aphrodisiac, right? So when you combine with coffee, which is revitalizing, and you put chocolate and you call it a Kama Sutra Mojo drink, what happens? People assume it is going to give you mojo. And you know what mojo is? Energy and other energy, beyond not normal energy. In just 30 days, we found people were drinking this coffee, believing that it works for them. There were couples who were buying, and we sold almost in 1 month 20 lakhs worth of cold coffee in just 1 month. The insight was people are willing to drink Kama Sutra, which was a condom earlier, right? That's where we created what we call Kama Sutra energy drink. Today we have a Kama Sutra energy drink in the market. And in last 4 months, we have already gained 10% share in the outlets we are there. In fact, in some modern trade, we have 15% share versus Red Bull. price is like to like, same price. People are drinking. So to create awareness, we did what we call Will You Drift Championship. The drift is a high-speed car. You drive the car in high speed. When you do go for a turn, the car skids, right? So most of you know that. And so we asked people to join that in Thane. It was done in Thane. And I think in just 20-25 minutes, you burn off the tire. It's such high speed. And there's fire coming out from the back end of the tire. It's such high speed because you turn and swerve, the car speeds 10 meters, skids. So that's the excitement people enjoy. There are different type of people enjoy extreme sport. This is also one type of sport people enjoy. So we asked people to participate, and the winner would participate with the World Amateur Drifting Champion, which is Mr. Gautam Singhania. So we did this activity, and you can see what tweet reach was 2 lakhs. We had some 2 million impressions, and there were a lot of mentions. So conversations which we tracked through Twitter mechanism, which Astri does a great job, we could see how conversation increased. So, and then the word cloud, we have got our mentions. So those are things we need to do to be constantly in touch with the brand parameters versus what you do in the branding level. Social media, I think I think you people are aware. I had seen the first, even the presentation which we had, TV, that it was there, how people are spending minutes in whichever medium to buy products. What is the time? Flipkart, how much time they're spending. So more and more people are using, and he has told you, even people have moved into next level of comparison while buying out. In India, it's still Flipkart is the starting point. I think it will take some more time. We have this, what we call website, which is called Kama Launch. And people go and buy. So we changed the website because it was very old website, and then people want to buy and want to buy in secrecy, because when it is delivered at home, some people should not see that you are buying a Kama. Still, there is some sense of insecurity again how the product you buy. When you go to a chemist outlet, the chemist normally will give in a pouch which is nothing written, so that people put in the pocket and come. There's still a taboo to be real confident in terms of buying a condom. In India, the modern trade sells only 2% of the condoms, whereas in most of the countries, it is as high as 60% to 80%. China has around 70% comes from modern retail, the condom sales. India is still 2%. So still a lot of taboo is with regard to purchases of condoms. So in that case, websites and all does enable, but still not a big market. Chemists play a big role in delivery and purchases, and people still ask for it, and they will look left, right, before asking, can I buy a condom? That's the way it is. So when we did this, I think we call it hot stuff on sale. And by doing this, we found the process simple. We could increase sale by almost 88%. So if you do simple things, even in how you enable people to navigate through your website, I think sales move up. Big data, where he was talking about how big data is going to be used in future. One example is about Target store. This is not Indian, I'll tell about Indian example later. It's a big mail, simple letter. My daughter got this mail. She is still in high school, and you are sending her coupons for baby clothes and cribs. Are you trying to encourage her to get pregnant? The father didn't believe that she was pregnant. But her way of purchase and what things you were buying in last few days, trend indicated, a historical trend indicated from the data they had, that there is something which is happening to her, why she is looking at those kind of product. Manager didn't have any idea. So sure enough, it was addressed to man's daughter, contained advertisement for maternity clothing, nursery furniture, and pictures of smiling. And few days later to apologize again. But thing is that she was really pregnant at the time. Her father didn't know. So that's, if you use your data, it can happen. Business has grown through use of analytics. The another example is Tesco. It says about it collects enormous data. When a household starts buying nappies, signaling arriving of a baby, the father is going to get stuck at home because he cannot go out with his friends. What will you do? He will start in the weekends, he needs to pass his time. So he will drink beer. He will watch program on TV, drink beer all alone because he has to take care of the baby. So if he has to take care of the baby, so on the one hand he will buy the diapers, other hand he will buy a crate of beers. So if you put crate of beer near the diapers, what happens? He picks up diapers and picks up beer together, and sales of both go up. That's the way it happens. In India, I think Shoppers Stop is doing a brilliant job on this in terms of data management. They have almost 70% plus sales come from their, what they call their cards. They have their cards and they have been able to manage over there. They're the first one who asked for money for getting your card. They asked 250 rupees if you want the card. No, everybody else give free card. Shoppers Stop charge 250. Why? Because when you pay money, you give your right address. Then your data is correct. Because the starting point of any card is if your data is not correct, then you don't know what to do it. Since they got the right data, they have been using that extremely well. One of the examples which they gave was that fashion moved on to kurtis. Short one, I think, dress, which women buy, like wearing. And when they wear kurtis, they normally wear with jeans. So what they did, they moved kurtis and brought to the section which had women jeans or nearby. So what happens? Kurtis, when they buy, the next thing they go to the jeans section and also buy jeans. So the sales of jeans went up because kurtis was in fashion, but sales of jeans was not in fashion. But because they want that combination right, they got that right. The other thing, they were also a fashion of buying short skirts. Some women, working women, were buying skirts, not short, maybe knee length. But when they buy skirts, they found there was a strong correlation. They buy a pair of shoes to match their skirt colors. So they moved their shoe section, which was women's shoe, closer to the skirt section. They found the sales went up by some 19-20%. So if you use that kind of data, and if you're a marketer, use that knowledge to build businesses. Then of course, what they are very good at, Astery, we can link up, this is the word spider, and then say what you are good at. You can understand, is your brand taking the right words? What should it stand for? So that you can track from your Twitters and other things. Of course, you can map your competitors and study what their position is and what your is from the conversation of your target consumers. Word cloud he already talked about. Is the association there with KS, Kama Sutra? Do you get an energy drink? So you can get all those which is there. Then another thing phenomena which is also happening to get this business going is collaborating. How do we collaborate with others to get your business going? That one thing which is coming is co-branding. It's new, but marketing leads to two people being together because then you use the power of two. You have the Oreo chocolates, you will find in ice cream with Oreo. So your brand awareness of both the product goes up. In many places you will find ice cream. If you go KFC, you will find with Oreo mix. So that's there. So natural ice cream, you'll find Oreo mix. So once you go around, so that's what in simple form co-branding is. But I will also tell you about our co-branding. So because it's not that I talk about others, I should also talk about mine. Kama Sutra is a 21-year-old brand. It was becoming a brand for the fathers. 40 plus people remember Kama Sutra. But this younger generation like you don't know much about Kama Sutra. That was one of the challenge of the brand. We realized that you cannot really bring it down so quickly to make it young. So what we looked at is the brand which is really young. MTV was the brand which is really young in nature. If you look at MTV, it is very clear. It is bold, cool, edgy. That's definition of there, which is of the brand, reputed, youthful, fun. And in case of Kama Sutra, it was old, mature, masculine, Indian heritage, trustworthy, and serious. So you see, there's a paradigm to it. Now, how do you move such a brand, which was still doing very strong, to make it youthful? So why not collaborate with MTV and bring the synergies together? And that's where what we created the brand Kama Sutra MTV hardware brand. So that's now new condom which we have just launched in the market. And so it's very fruitful, it's a youthful language, because hardware is something which wear on which is hard. So that's what, I'll just show you the TV commercial.
Kama Sutra and MTV present Hardware, a cool range of condoms. Hang on, ask for hardware.
We had not almost all the condom movies, commercials, so women. We have not depicted women, and still we have challenge of, to get it past the censor board, because it is Kama Sutra. So Kama Sutra as a brand name has its own unique challenges when you try to promote the brand versus any other Durex, or you take Score, any other company. You can find Score in cricket. But if I put the same advertisement, I'll put Kama Sutra brand name, I'll not be allowed to be released. So here we don't have any women in our campaign. We decided let's not be having women, but still we have not yet got full clearance. So we do have our own challenge. Then of course you can find Apple plus Nike collaboration where you have the chip, you know how much you're running, you can track what is the pace. You can do a lot of things. Your colleagues can sponsor that. You have run today 30 kilometers, how is your pace, rhythm, all that you can do. So I think then you can find how co-branding has been done even in a brand like Coca-Cola. The last, one more thing now next is we talked about was crowdsourcing. Nitin talked about, and fortunately we're talking about crowdsourcing here, how it is becoming an important part of marketing lingo. Adidas campaign where you can build your own shoes, you can design your own shoes, you can create your own shoes. So if you go to a website, you can pick and choose, and if it's the best design, it is put on the website. So you can order your own design and deliver it to you based on your choice and design, so you can pick and choose. So that's what is happening. And then once you put the design, if other people like it, they buy it from, this is the X design I like. Craft, there is a what you call collaboration kitchen about food, ingredients, and if they like their idea about the ingredient story, they will even pay $5,000 to you. And if they can patent, then they will negotiate with you and take the idea, will pay you so many dollars, so you can go to Craft Kitchen and put some Indian ideas, maybe you can earn some money. So a lot of companies are doing that platform to do that crowdsourcing, which is showed how some campaigns were created. So it's not only about campaigns, it's also creating ideas for business. It's not that it's only in abroad. We have in India, you have this Kurkure chai time recipes which was created, and then crowdsourcing idea, it became an advertising idea. Then you had Lay's which ran and campaigned and created chips, Rajma chips, flavored chips. So there was attempts to have crowdsourcing ideas even for the product stories. Then we have this interesting phenomena which crowdsourcing was Micromax used for redesigning the current logo. That was the old logo, you can clearly see. Then they ran across in their website, they wanted new design to be created for Micromax, and they had people coming in over 1100 participants, they were there, a lot of comments, and finally, this is the design which was unveiled in a cricket tournament. So today, Micromax is that design which has been crowdsourced, far lower cost. Not only benefit of getting crowd involved, but got at a lower cost. Cost apart, but I think the way it has been done is a crowdsourcing. Differentiation. What now when you look at, the marketing doesn't remain only about advertising. So how do you keep on doing all elements of your game as you move along to your business model and to keep on doing to enable your business to become much better in future? Think local, go global. Even when you look, there was a lot of news in recent times about this Dettol wash, which is used for in the kitchen. It was launched in eastern part of the country. Levers reacted, and you had a lot of. The idea was created in India. It was rolled out in Korea, then in India. So it is no longer about that. You have global ideas coming to India. Now Indian ideas go global. In fact, yesterday news was one of the largest selling scooters in Latin American countries is Hero Honda. In fact, the big story is almost all the Latin Americans love Indian movies. The Indian music is so popular over there, it's only a matter of time all your brands, Indian brands, will become a successful brand by virtue of the phenomena of Bollywood. I think many more countries are happening in that way. So you will find Indian products moving out. So it's not about other products coming. So you will have to think local, but all the characteristics that it's like a global brand, the phenomena you require to create a local brand will require all the skill sets of what you do to build a global brand. Like Kama Sutra as a brand, we are not only in India, we are exporting to some 25 countries. So whatever I do here, I now have not only to think within India framework, I have to think to how do I launch in Middle East, how do I go to African countries, how do I do in Southeast Asia. So it is not, so even though it is an Indian brand in character, it's called Kama Sutra Indian, but as and when Indian products are getting valued, the opportunity arises. So you have to move away our thinking from being local to in the process of being global. So all the global practices also has to come in to your Indian, if it's also an Indian way of context. Sustainability, which was a clear topic, how brands today cannot live in isolation. It's about being a part of the community, part of the society, and today's generation really understand and look at it in a bigger way than what we used to do as a generation. I think that's a great thing, and I think it's a great phenomena. And that puts responsibility for the business people, responsibility for the marketers, everything. Unilever had in 2010 talked about sustainable living plan. So you will see them talking about where they source their raw material. They have this round table called palm oil. They buy a lot of palm oil for producing soaps. That palm oil is only brought where they have good sustainable practices. They don't buy from anywhere until unless it is certified. Similarly, in India, they're looking at reduction of waters. The detergent normally use lot of rinsing and consumes lot of water, because Indians traditionally love washing their clothes where there's a lot of foam, because Indians believe that when there's a lot of foam, there's a lot of cleaning. That's the way it is. But foam is a perception. It's like what you said, hype. बहुत झाग हो गया, मतलब सफाई ज़्यादा हो गया. That's the way it is. But the fact is, it is not about the foam. It's the way the chemicals are. Even with lesser foam, you can create good wash. There are many machine wash detergents which actually are not supposed to create foam, because if it creates foam in the front loading machine, all your foam will flow out. Your whole room will become messy. So the truth is, you don't need foam to clean your clothes. It needs washing. So they are trying to reduce, they had tried to reduce that if you use this detergent, you need only half the water what is required. So those kind of things also are becoming a big part of the sustainable plan. ITC talks about triple bottom line. They talk about sustainability. That thread goes on across all the brands in terms of philosophy. So marketing person, tomorrow many of you will be joining, The philosophy doesn't spend that only brand is important. It ends with all the things that impacts people's life. So sustainability becomes the important part of the philosophy of the process what you do. Natura, which is a Brazil brand, is now, it's a $1.5 million business. It's a local brand. And it's all eco-friendly. So if you take that platform, brands can become big. It's not necessarily that brand doesn't need to take that position. And it's a wonderful thing to have because that is in genesis with today's time. Right? So that's what I had to say for this last so many minutes. I don't know whether I tried to marry what today the challenges for people in marketing and people in business are, and it will only intensify in next few years. I can't say it is 3 years, but what looks like every year is a change for us. I think the way models are being evolving, every day is a change. And for you, when you join a new job, the new career, you'll find what you learned here is already become certain extent outdated by the time you move into a new world. So welcome to new world where you have to connect, collaborate, and differentiate. Thank you so much. So I can take some question if there's time. I have no problem. Yeah.
My name is Anand Nikam. Actually, it's a great pleasure and honor to listen to such intelligent personalities. I really like your presentation, and I would like to ask you one question. Like, currently, India is a developing country. The 10 crore internet population is only there, and Facebook is also having just 2% penetration rate in India. So, in this condition, how much we can rely on such internet promotions for branding, branding or marketing?
No, I think it's a function of how, when marketing becomes media agnostic. If you see smartphones, I think accessibility today, what's the market of smartphones? If in next 3 years, today if we have, I think 80 crores of, I think, connections, mobile phone connections, and everybody will shift to that with smartphone. And once this movement to smartphones happen, migration happens. Today at 4,000 rupees, 3,000 rupees, you get a smartphone. People buy the smartphone even before doing something else, because that has become a part of the whole system. I think once that becomes a part, he will access. Only the thing is, how language friendly you are, there is that question which will evolve. A lot of countries, that evolution is natural because people understand through symbols, even though language is there. That we are an English friendly country. That's the only, that's a big advantage, and that may be the little bit delay, Indian language which is talked about, between where he didn't use the vernacular, he used the Indian language. That could be the only challenge, little bit restricting as we go further. But I think smartphones will be the biggest way that is happening. I think one of the challenge for marketers like us is to think beyond this to mobile phones. And we still don't have answer. We are still grappling. In fact, in last 6 months, I have attended so many, I think 2-3 seminars. I think people are still struggling. But that's where the thing is happening. Like what happened in big data, what we're talking about, social networking. Smartphone is the most accessible thing. People, even if it is idle in sitting there, he's not reading a phone. He is looking at the phone as if some call he is expecting. That becomes a habit. It becomes a persona. He'll just keep the phone and he'll look at it as if something is coming. Nothing is going to come if there's until unless there's a call, or until unless you're playing a game, or until unless you're trying to access some information. But it is sheer habit of all of us. When you're sitting in an airport or sitting alone, you will look at this and expecting someone to call you as if you're always. You have the famous disease, FOMO, which is coming. FOMO is fear of missing out. So that's a diseases which will also come. Because if you go out and you are in a neutral zone for 7 days, what happened? What did your friends do? You don't even know. How can you leave for 7 days not knowing what your friends did in last 7 days? Right?
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. I have a question. Crowdsourcing brings with itself the risk to the brand image. So what is your take on that?
I don't think crowdsourcing brings up risk. Today, if you look at the previous Nitin's presentation, the risk is anything every time. Your brand is always exposed. A single review, as I said, can kill the brand. So you have to manage it. That is the reality. And ultimately your brand, what used to be one to many, now you are exposed to many to one. So you, with marketing or the team in managing the brand, has to be truthful in what you do. The moment you try to build an artificial situation, which is not what you stand for, you will always have challenges to address. Like if the customer complains, if you don't address, you can't avoid, it will explode. So you will have to address. So I think crowdsourcing is one thing which if you use as a tool and used well, enables. It's an enabler, but how smartly used is your ecosystem, your marketing ecosystem, your company's ecosystem, ability to handle. It needs thought, it needs direction, it needs management. Crowdsourcing, you just can say, I'll do a crowdsourcing. What is the idea behind crowdsourcing? Why you are using it? How you will use it? How will you filter it? Like if you take the Micromax, it was clear they will use that as the route for building their logo. Normally logo is very sensitive topic. People don't want to change their logos because that's the identity you start for. But they took that and did it well. So it is the way you think it as an organization, the belief in it. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Concepts of branding and advertising are the soul of effective marketing, and marketing skills is the backbone of economy. The role of digital advertisement in today's brand building market is now well understood by all of us. Mr. Ranju shared with us his practical experiences, which are greater in value than any textbook. I express sincere thanks to Mr. Ranju for exploring a new world of knowledge for us. The interest created by the speech of Mr. Ranju was so fascinating that I feel it does not require any advertising. Now I request our director, Dr. Oak, to felicitate Mr. Ranju with a token of appreciation.